Here we are at MrLoki.com, and I thought I'd just give you a quick tutorial on how to use the Kelley Blue Book website to do your searching for finding the value of automobiles. So I just want to scroll down, and all those resources can be found on our current IM2B course page. And then you want to scroll down to this current week. It should be highlighted in yellow. We'll go to the week for January 22nd to the 28th. So I've put a couple of resources here. So the first one we're going to open up is the Kelley Blue Book website. Stretch that window up for you a little bit. Okay. They've redone this website, so it's important to note that there are some changes that actually greatly simplify our process. So I'm going to search for a Subaru Outback wagon. So we're going to start with a new car, and then we're going to collect several years of data working backwards. So what should I pay for a new car? So if you click on that link, okay, then you just want to go through this selected vehicle. And the nice thing about this new site is we won't have to do too much. So I'll get Subaru, Outback, and 2012 and pick next. Now I want to give you some autonomy in what you choose as far as a car is concerned. But I just need you to be thinking about a couple of things. First, you can't get a car that is the model is only 1 year old. You have to get something that's been around for at least 5 years to model it. If you are prompted here for our zip, it's 81301. Okay. And so when it comes to automobiles, I want to give you some autonomy, but at the same time, the crazier you go in the settings, the more you have to set this every single time. So the point of the assignment is to learn generally about the depreciation of automobiles. So don't pick something that's too fancy, like this 3.6R Limited may not have been made even the year previous. So I'm going to keep mine fairly simple to learn generally about the Subaru wagon as it compares to others. So I'm going to generally choose the simplest, or maybe a little bit up if you're curious. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to an automatic. Okay, and they just happen to be more and more common. Okay, and then I'm not going to change anything about the options. I'm just going to take kind of the default setting. You could feel free to look at what some of the options that are already in there are. I'm just going to use the basic one and keep it simple. Okay, and now we can see the fair purchase price. There's a done adding options button down at the bottom. Okay, now you're going to be listed with a series of numbers here. Okay, but the one we're interested in is the manufacturer's suggested retail price, or MSRP. I know you can probably get it for under, but the same will be true for any other price that we get for used cars from a dealer. So go ahead, and we're just going to grab that guy. I'm going to copy it, and I have added a spreadsheet here for us. So our starting value is 25,000. That didn't work very well. 25070. Okay, and we will just continue working from there. Okay, so now the nice thing about the changes in the Kelley Blue Book, KBB.com website, is I can simply come back up here to where I'm looking at an Outback, and I can drop it back 1 year. And we're going to just need to keep rolling this back. This will take us to a general page for the Outback of that year. But if you see here, there are some options for getting fair price information again. So what should you pay? I'm going to click on that, and then there should be, as we get into here, an option that I want to buy it rather than I want to sell it. So I'm going to choose the same 2.5 model. It's important to keep that. It will add some mileage for me. Okay, so I'm just going to leave these the same again, and fair purchase price. Okay, and I'm getting a slightly different value here, 23,920. So I'll add that to the spreadsheet, 23,920. Press return. And then we'll do it again. We'll drop back to the 2010 year, click go. As we get back into older cars, we'll want to click on buying this car, okay, instead of seeing trading or selling value. And you'll see they still make that 2.5i wagon 4-door. Okay, you can see that the options get limited because those tend to expand as the car gets older. Okay, so I'll keep those the same. Now here's the key. The thing that you want to do is we always want to grab suggested retail, and the reason is we want to compare what happens when we buy from a dealer every time. Private party values may actually be cheaper, but what we want is the price from which you would negotiate at a dealer, which is good comparison from the manufacturer's suggested retail price. So now that I have that, I'm going to click Get Used Car Info. Okay, and then I've got another value here, 21,322. Okay, and I would simply continue working on this until I gather enough data to fill out at least 5 years back. So that's current price and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things back. This will help you develop your model for your car, and we're going to compare not only starting values but also your average depreciation factor.